gray line of Army, weakened by the loss of All-American halfback Bob Anderson and first-string end Don Usry because of injuries, braces itself in West Point's Michie Stadium to meet the Penn State Steamroller, which has already flattened 3 opponents this season. State's Richie Lucas, number 33, is the field general of Rip Engel's Nittany Lions. Richie has rushed for 92 yards and passed for 345 in 3 games, and he also handles the punting. Army quarterback Joe Caldwell has been the mainstay of the cadet attack. They have won 1 and lost 1. His top receiver is team captain Bill Carpenter, number 87. State moves into Army territory in the first quarter. Jim Kerr carries wide to the left for 14 yards. Richie Lucas opens up Penn State's aerial game as he hustles back and pitches to Norm Neff. Neff is downed on the Army 23. Lucas has the Lions roaring. He rolls out and flips to Dick Hoke. Hoke fights all the way to the 4. Lucas is rolling out again. He hangs onto the ball and gets himself a head-first touchdown. Penn State takes a 7-0 lead over slightly favored Army. It's still the first quarter as the Black Knights send a spearhead into state territory. Roger Zailskis spins to the Lion 33. That's the end of the first quarter, but not the end of the Army drive. Joe Caldwell comes back and passes to Bill Carpenter. Carpenter shakes off 4 tacklers as he rips to a 21-yard gain. On 4th down, the Cadets are still on the outside looking in. Frank Blanda salvages 3 points by booting a field goal from the 22. And it's Penn State 7, Army 3. Richie Lucas has the Nittany Lions on the prowl as soon as they get the ball. Richie races around end and picks up 34 yards on his way to the Cadet 34. The Pennsylvanians get as far as the 3. Army stiffens but can't stop Sam Stellatella as he widens the state lead to 10-3 with a field goal from the 10. Penn State is off and running again before the half is over. Jim Kerr takes a pitch out and carries 30 yards as the Lions move to the Army side of midfield. The Cadets put the pressure on Richie Lucas as he tries to pass. His throw is deflected, and Army's Mike Casp intercepts. The way is clear, and Mike streaks for 70 yards to cross the goal line. But the unfortunate Cadets were offside, and State keeps the ball. Lucas has all the time he needs here. Henry Opperman makes the catch and stretches for the goal line, but he's inches short. Lucas scores his second touchdown as he burrows across the goal line. At halftime, Penn State leads Army 17-3. The Nittany Lions try to roll it up in the third quarter with Richie Lucas passing. The ball is batted right into the hands of Scott Brown on the State 16. A big break for the Black Knights. Joe Caldwell comes back and fires a quick pass to George Kirschenbauer. And George rips away from Dick Hoke to score for Army. The Cadets convert a 2-point try, and it's State 17, Army 11. In the final period, Army drives to make up that 6-point deficit. Caldwell passes to Russ Waters, and Russ is wrapped up by 3 Penn Staters on the Cadet 45. The Black Knights gather momentum on Caldwell's passing. Joe hits George Kirschenbauer on the Lion 21. Caldwell comes back and pulls the cork on another pass, but his receiver bobbles the ball, and Richie Lucas makes a diving interception to kill Army's last hope. Paced by Richie's brilliant play, Penn State tastes sweet victory over Army for the first time since 1899 when their series began. The Lions' 17-11 win over Army runs their undefeated string to 4 straight. Penn State, undefeated and one of the East pigskin powerhouses, travels to Cleveland's rain-swept Municipal Stadium for an intersectional battle with once-defeated Illinois. The dark-shirted Illini get a big break early in the first quarter. Jim Kerr is jarred loose from the ball when he's hit hard by Bill Burrell, and the Illini recover on the state 10-yard line. Illinois is pushed back to the 14, and from there, Cliff Roberts boots a field goal to give Illinois a 3-0 lead. The Nittany Lions come roaring back after the kickoff. All-America candidate Richie Lucas hits Henry Opperman for 20 yards. On an inside reverse, Jim Kerr runs outside left tackle, shakes off 2 Illinois tacklers, and gallops for 33 yards before being knocked out of bounds on the Illinois 22. Fullback Pat Petula bolts up the middle, and the Lions are on the Illinois 6. Watch in slow motion as Richie Lucas fakes nicely and then slants off left tackle to go in for the touchdown. The Lions convert to lead 7-3. Later in the period, the Illini are rolling along in fine fashion, but John Counts fumbles and Penn State recovers on the Lion 48. Galen Hall is running the Penn State attack, and the reserve signal caller sweeps right in for 11 yards. Lucas returns to the game, and on a quarterback rollout play, he legs it to the Illinois 17 as the first quarter ends. The Pennsylvanians drive to the 1, and on the 4th play of the second quarter, Dick Pye hits pay dirt. Penn State leads 14-3. Midwest football fans are getting an eye-opening look at Eastern power. Illinois, running second in the Big Ten, gets its touchdown express from the track as Bill Brown barrels for a fast 23 yards. Ethan Blackaby gains 6, and the Illini are on the Penn State 16. Blackaby carries again, and the Illini are knocking on the Lion front door. Big Bill Brown dives for the final yard, and Illinois has its first touchdown. Brown's fumble comes after crossing the goal line, and the Fighting Illini cut the Nittany lead to 14-9 at halftime. Lucas has the Lions rolling in the third period. Richie rolls to the Illinois 41. Lucas rolls out to pass. He's passing for points with a long one. But Larry Kolb makes a sensational interception to momentarily halt the state march. Penn State gets the ball back on the next play as Bill Brown fumbles, and Pat Petula recovers for the Lions on the Illini 1. It takes State 2 cracks at the Illinois line to score as Dick Hoke does the job. State increases its margin to 20-9. Illinois mounts another offensive later in the quarter. DeJustice Coleman scampers for 12 yards as the quarter ends. John Easterbrook flips a shovel pass to Coleman, and Coleman canters to the Penn State 24. The Illinois line opens a hole for Bill Brown, and the 210-pound fullback scurries for 15 yards. It's 4th and goal from the 3, and our slow-motion camera catches the action. The Penn State defense rises up to stop Bill Brown for no gain and smother the Illinois threat. Defensive plays like this one help Penn State score an impressive 20-9 victory over Illinois to keep the Nittany Lions unbeaten in 6 games. An Eastern Classic is in the making as 4th-ranked Syracuse raids Penn State, America's number 6 team, in a meeting of 2 unbeaten Goliaths of collegiate football. The winner will lay claim to the Lambert Trophy, and both can earn major bowl bids with a good showing today. Richie Lucas, Penn State's great triple threat quarterback, is a best bet for All-America honors. Roger Davis, Syracuse's All-American candidate, is the best of the big linemen who lead the way for the Orange. The Nittany Lions move early as Jim Kerr carries on a trap up the middle. Jim weaves for a first down. Lucas, almost tackled by hard-charging Bruce Tarbox, hands off to Pat Petula. Pat hits for 8 yards to the Penn State 40. Versatile Richie Lucas rolls out to his left. Rich outraces the Orangemen for 16 yards before Ernie Davis can stop him. With the ball on the Syracuse 44, Lucas pulls out all the stops as he spots Dick Hoke behind 2 defenders. But Hoke is too anxious, and the ball bounces off his hands as the Orange holds. Syracuse puts its high-powered attack in gear as quarterback Dave Surratt keeps for a 6-yard gain. Surratt rolls out to his left, fakes a pass, and goes. But he's hit hard by Hoke and fumbles. Richie Lucas recovers for Penn State. The Lions have the home folks in an uproar as Lucas streaks up the middle for a first down on the Syracuse 46. Fullback Pat Petula gets his 195 pounds going and slams for 6 yards on a slant-off tackle. With his outweighed linemen blocking valiantly, Lucas looks and hits Dick Hoke on a hook pass. Hoke adds 5 yards to move to the Orange 24. 8-point underdogs from the start, the Penn State Lions shock mighty Syracuse's sophomore Roger Kaufman, blazes over the middle and goes all the way to score for the Keystone Staters. It's 6-0 Penn State. The conversion attempt is wide and the score remains 6-0 as the first period ends. Played Art Baker keeps and laterals at the last instance to Gare Schwades, who romps in for a Syracuse tally to tie it up. But Syracuse takes the lead as Bob Yates converts, and the New Yorkers hold a 1-point advantage at halftime. Syracuse with the ball in the third quarter. Art Baker sprints off the strong side for 11 yards before he's hit by Lucas. From the Penn State 23, Dave Surratt keeps and goes inside. The 19-year-old sophomore rips to the Nittany Lion 10. Surratt fakes to 2 men and manages to fool everybody, including the cameraman, as he rifles a quickie to Art Baker in the end zone. It's a Syracuse touchdown, and Bob Yates kicks the conversion to give the Orange a 14-6 third period lead. On the last play of the quarter, Dick Easterly, Syracuse's second unit quarterback, keeps for 14 yards to move to the state 27. Syracuse's first unit returns to open the fourth period. Art Baker breaks fast for a first down this late in the game. Bob Yates kicks off for Syracuse. Waiting for the ball on the goal line is Roger Kaufman, 18-year-old sophomore back. The former high school sprint champion races upfield, gets a key block from Earl Kohlhaas, and works his way into the open. Kaufman outruns the Orangemen to go all the way 100 yards for a touchdown. The crowd goes wild as Penn State bounces back into the ball game, trailing 20-12. Syracuse can't move, and Andy Stinchula blocks the attempted punt. Fred Martino picks up the ball, only to be blasted loose by 2 Penn Staters. In the scramble, the ball winds up on the Syracuse 1, where State takes possession on down. On the first play, Sam Sobosak crashes over right tackle for Penn State's third touchdown. It's 20-18, and the Nittany Lions can tie it up right here. Making a rollout, Lucas gives to Kaufman, but the big Syracuse line swallows him up to preserve the 2-point lead, which represents their margin of victory. Although matched touchdown for touchdown by Penn State, the Syracuse Orangemen come out on top 20-18 as they bid to move to the top of the national rankings by remaining undefeated.
Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, plays host to the first annual Liberty Bowl football game. The Alabama Crimson Tide and Penn State University are the contending teams before a crowd of over 36,000 fans. A replica of the famous Liberty Bell is the center of attention just before game time. Imported from Japan, the bell is valued at $1 million. The Nittany Lions of Penn State take the field behind a bevy of cheerleaders. Coach Rip Engel's squad won 8 of 10 games over the regular season. chalking up 255 points to 112 for the opposition. Alabama lost only one of 10 regular season encounters. State's Richie Lucas earned unanimous All-America honors at quarterback, and he'll be the man to stop. Beauteous Colette Dolan, queen of the Liberty Bowl, waves to the crowd on a chilly 28-degree day. A 25-mile-per-hour wind is blowing, and it becomes a factor right at the start. Gary Osteen quick kicks for Alabama on 3rd and 10 from his own 36. The ball, aided by the breeze, sails out of bounds on the Penn State 3, a 61-yard effort. The Crimson Tide cheerleaders are beside themselves. Penn State is in a deep hole, but not for long. Richie Lucas fakes a handoff, then bolts up the middle for 24 yards and a first down. Richie loses his helmet, but it was well worth it. Dick Pay keeps the Lions on the charge with a 9-yard canter into Tideland. Penn State is hot, and Richie Lucas keeps them that way. Lucas lofts to end John Bozick, and Big Bose rambles like a freight train before he's untracked at the Bama 18, a 23-yard excursion. Roger Kaufman tries the Alabama line, but tackles Bobby Boylston, and Billy Neighbors hit him hard. Kaufman fumbles, and guard Don Cochran recovers for Alabama to stymie the state surge. The first period ends scoreless, but Penn State has some second-quarter aspirations despite the loss of Richie Lucas with a hip injury. And that's all she wrote for the Crimson Tide. The clock runs out, and the inaugural Liberty Bowl football battle is history. Penn State defeats a stubborn Alabama 11, 7-0. Happy State fans tear down the goalposts, as Philadelphia's contribution to the bowl football picture is a rousing success.